Oh my God, there you go. The new trailer for Tenet. John David, more questions, maybe a few more answers, but what an amazing epic film. Tell me, I mean, what was your reaction when you saw that trailer? Because you obviously, spent a long time filming this thing, but the way
Yeah.
the way it's cut together and the sort of the questions that it's prompting, what was your reaction when you saw it?
I was overwhelmed with joy, disbelief, suspended in that. I was admiring how well the beard was kept up. But really, it's just, it's interesting because there are just little, nuggets of information and just breadcrumbs of information about the movie that I was surprised that he was going to reveal. And I love that he did. And it's just, being a huge fan of Christopher Nolan, this seems like, we're familiar with his films. We obviously know his films, but this seems like something different. It seems like this is where he's about to take us for the next 10 to 15 years of filmmaking.
The scale and the epicness of it, that's what just blows me away to see all those different countries. And for you, I assume you sort of had a world tour in a way. It looks like, I mean, you were in India, Italy, like all these different places. So you really filmed in all those locations, right?
Yeah, we were there from Tallinn, Estonia, to Mumbai, India, Amalfi Coast, Copenhagen. And to me, it just gives the film so many different personalities. There's an international environment that's set with these characters that they're placed in, and what you saw is where we were. It's not green screened. We had some cameras out there and we filmed it, and at these beautiful locations and sort of in these interesting sort of alien-like looking, planet-looking places as well. So which gave me more motivation to like just give it my all because of the set pieces and where we are, and we're so detailed and specific to the story that we're trying to tell. And when you watch the trailer, I highly recommend watching it again and again. And you get more answers. You get more answers.
Oh, as you said, every little line of dialogue, I'm sure, has to be, kind of reverse engineered and dissected. There's a lot going on in this film, like you would expect from Christopher Nolan, but the epicness matched with, such an interesting narrative and huge stunt sequences, action sequences.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that because, from a stunt perspective, I mean, you're doing things that are not supposed to be humanly possible. And I mean, it's just
Right.
like the reverse rappelling or whatever you call that. I don't know how much you can share about what's really going on there, but how did you film those things?
Chris and Hoyte van Hoytema had a camera, and we and they yelled action and cut. No, but like it was some of the moves that we were doing, especially those hand-to-hand sequences and the physicality of it all. Some our stunt guys, George Cottle and company, they've never done some of these moves before. They were sort of inventing them for this movie specifically. So it's so exciting that we're going to be able to introduce this new style of fighting, this new style of combat. You know what I mean? And again, to be seen in a theater, in a movie, on a big movie screen, it's gonna be so vibrant. Oh my God, I'm telling you.
No, and again, what I love about this film too is that it's going to be thought provoking. I think it's the thing you want to experience with your friends, talk about afterwards, and pull apart.
Yes.
And I'm sure even as you guys were filming, you were trying to kind of understand all the layers of this because again, like
Every
what we
day.
see is only the surface.
Every day, I was bugging every day. I had questions for him, but he was very gracious and he answered them very calmly and patiently. With me, it was important that we were able to track the actors track the story correctly, so we can tell it the best way we could. And so he was very patient with us, and I say that very politely.
Well, you're lucky that you get to text Chris Nolan when you have a question about the film. The rest of us just have to carefully dissect the trailer and go to Reddit
Right.
to try and understand what's really going on there. But I gotta say, it's like so many hints, and that's what we love. I think is like slowly peeling back the layers of this, but still having such an interesting, heartfelt story that I'm sure is at the core of this film, like all of his work. And yeah, it's so exciting to get a glimpse at this. The airplane sequence at the end of the trailer, that was completely unexpected. I didn't know we were gonna see that, or that was even in the film.
Yeah.
How is that like a practical effect with like a real 747?
Yeah, that was a real plane, and that was a real building that they crashed that plane into. and we, cast and crew all witnessed it. It was epic, it was incredible. And, we all cheered and hoorayed and hurrahed when they yelled cut after Chris felt like he got it. So, what you saw is really what happened. At least the night I was there.
No, I got to say, the scale of this looks absolutely incredible. We all can't wait to see it. And I think I speak for everyone here in Fortnite with being so honored that, you and Chris decided to bring Tenet first to Fortnite to show the world this way. No, this is again, we're making history, and thank you so much, John David, for joining us. You made it into a video game finally.
I did it.
Hopefully the first of many.
I hope so.
Awesome. All right, John David Washington, thanks for joining us. Thanks again to John David Washington. And before I go, there is one final surprise. This summer, we will be screening an iconic Christopher Nolan full-length feature film right here on the big screen. Stay tuned for more details.